All right, blue-white control. I think this archetype is in contention for one of the best decks in this standard format. One thing I mentioned last time we played this was the Teamer Adventures matchup was hard when we couldn't take Casket, when we couldn't take Clover off the table. So I think I want to play 3 copies of Heliod's Intervention in my sideboard here. Seems pretty reasonable. This Elspeth Sun's Nemesis was pretty mediocre last time. I think I'm just going to play the 4th Dream Trawler, actually. It's just like, always be trawling. So, let's go ahead and dive on in. We're starting at 99% here. Hopefully, we'll be able to climb up the ladder a little bit. Oh, I'm not going to do a full plug, but I forgot to restart the client because I went to the bathroom. So, let's restart that really quick. I was reminded I forgot to restart the client because it started lagging when I changed menus. Play Chemister's Insight over something like Thassa's Intervention. Yeah, Chemister's Insight provides a little bit more filtering. On 4 to just draw cards, Chemister's Insight does the same thing as Thassa's Intervention, but then also flashes back, which is nice. It's a feature. Yeah, it's a feature to remind you to remind you maybe you should do something else. Like you've been playing Magic Arena for an hour and a half. Would you like to take a break? Here's some client lag to remind you maybe you should take a break. Sure. This is tapped on 1, and then hopefully this helps us find some more mana sources here. Consumer-friendly app, yeah, exactly. Alright, settle in, chat. It's gonna be a long one. I guess they could be fires and maybe it's not a mirror. Rand's okay for the mirror. Narset's decent and Conqueror's Death is important. Nope, definitely the mirror. Get it, got it good. I think I'll keep both of these. Yeah, there has been the Bant Rampish deck floating around. Birth likely means it's the mirror, though. Yo, dog, I heard you like Narset, so I got Narsets to go with your Narsets. Sure. Everybody getting their jails set up here. Hopefully this finds us a Teferi of our own. Are we having fun yet, chat? I actually don't mind the mirror, Bob. The mirror tends to be long and tends to give you a lot of decent spots to leverage play skill. I think I'm ditching Shatter. They're not gonna have a trawler for a little bit. Maybe it's right to just discard Trawler there, because I kind of want to Conqueror's Death next turn, huh?
I've got
it. Quick timeout for Prison Mirror fans. Can't wait for them to EDC or EDC. You're not wrong. That's definitely a thing that happens a lot in these matches.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Let me out. I want him to make my one phone call. Yep. Sure.
Sorry I'm late. Here goes nothing.
So I'm going to discard Narset at end of turn here. So that way Conqueror's Death can bring it back into play.
I have practiced against many foes like you. I have just the trick for this.
Then we'll Conqueror's Death, their Archon of Sun's Grace here. We'll attack their Teferi with my Dream Trawler. Bye, friend. Folsom Prison Blues, chat. Folsom Prison Blues. Alright, so Birth. 25 lands, but I think trimming 2 Births is fine. I think you want 2 to 3 Shatters post-board. It's just 2 Birth, 2 Shatter out. Bring in Veto in the disputes. That's probably a fine split. Yeah, let's give it a go. Veto and the Disputes is my favorite band. There's a lot of like punk rock band names you can pull out of bad combinations of Magic cards. Hey, this is fine. They're gonna play a Teferi on 3 and make me sad that I have an Absorb and not a Veto, but this is certainly in the range of keepable. Okay. No Teferi, no Narset here is really good for us. It's like looking for more counter spells or a castle. White castle would be great here. White castle is one of the better win conditions in this matchup. Okay, I think I'm in for both of those, actually. Go. Yeah, they could, like, Planeswalker plus Dispute this turn. But then, like, as long as it's not Narset, that gives me a window to stick Teferi next turn. So, like, 10 out of 10 absorbing any 3-drop they play here. Unfortunate that it's Narset. Because she means Teferi can't draw a card next turn. Yep, Dispute as expected. So next turn we'll go Temple, Scry, Teferi plus. And then the Teferi being in play should give us a window to resolve the Elspeth Conqueror's Death next turn, which will be good.
I can no longer stand by and watch. I'll protect you.
Keep an open mind.
So I need to Conqueror's Death, their Conqueror's Death here. Otherwise they get to play Teferi and bounce their Conqueror's Death, which isn't good for me. And then I put a stop here, so this way I can sack my Omen of the Sea during my upkeep, because I would like to try and find a Planeswalker here.
Trust me, I have a plan.
If I play a Planeswalker next turn and they counter it, I'll be able to... Oh, they won't be able to counter because of Conqueror's Death, right? We find a Teferi of our own here. Looking for a Teferi or an Narset. Ideally Teferi so we can pick Conqueror's Death back up. Veto doesn't do anything. They have a Teferi of their own in play. Maybe I'm just supposed to stick a second Conqueror's Death here. Unfortunate. So this doesn't have anything to bring back for us. It's just gonna go away. All right. We have one plan, Chant. It is to slam the biggity bombs until something resolves. This might not be a successful plan, but it's what we've got. Hey, what's going on, Bandit? Thanks for being here, Prodigy. So, they stuck Dream Trawler. Do I stick Conqueror's Death or do I just kill their Trawler? I think I'm supposed to stick Conqueror's Death this turn, huh? Yeah, maybe Zingzal. Like, there was no guarantee they were going to kill our Teferi the following turn, so, like, I was going to kill their Narset, and then I get to draw an extra card. What's going on, top 10? No, Dr. Mr. Punny. I feel like, as a primarily Magic streamer, doing things like PAX and TwitchCon are kind of a waste of resources for me. If I wanted to get out and meet people from the community, going to something like a Grand Prix or an Open probably gives me a higher chance to meet more people specific to Magic. A lot of the networking type stuff at events like PAX and TwitchCon isn't super relevant for Magic because, like, I'm not chasing the next big game. I'm gonna be here streaming Magic until Magic Online dies from the heat death of the universe. Nah, not really, Vonu. These blue-white control matchups are basically prison mirrors. So, like, they tend to, one person like that game there tends to lock the other out relatively regularly. And if both people understand how the game works. Okay, concede relatively easily. You're missing Chalice and Trinisphere. Yep. It's like if it was all one-sided Chalice and Trinispheres, right? Yeah, the last two games have not been about someone. The last two games have both pretty much been runaways. Hey, we got triplets, chat. Whee! See someone just use the Epic command in chat. We're gonna be doing a sponsored Epic segment to wrap up today's stream after this. If you haven't checked it out before, it's a game that's designed by I leave a couple of Magic Hall of Famers. At least one Magic Hall of Famer has a paper component and their digital version released on Steam, Android, and iOS last week. When we swap over to it after playing this for the next hour or so, I'll do my best to explain some of the details. How the mechanics of the game itself work. Gameplay has a lot of depth and is pretty interactive. I'm just going to draw a card with this right away, I think. Just so they can't Narset me next turn and deny that. They're also cashing theirs in, which seems smart. I am going to be wrapping up with some epics today. I think I'm going to be greedy here and play this, hit an untapped land, play Narset. Feels magic, man. Thanks for the 14 months, Reg. I appreciate it. Welcome back. For anybody wondering why I didn't veto that, I didn't veto it because I'm currently playing Hearthstone.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Alright, better late than never, I suppose. I think I'm just getting rid of their Teferi, so hopefully they don't have a thing to bring back with this later. Hey, look, another 1-drop while they have Chalice on one in play. So they can Conquer's Death, my Conquer's Death here, I guess. And then we're hoping to Impulse into a Conquer's Death for their Conquer's Death, yo dog. Hey, free smackies, thanks for the quarter of a year, welcome back. Okie doke. Actually, do I just exile their Teferi again? Yeah, I think I just exile their Teferi again. I, like, get punished if they have, like, exactly another Conqueror's Death. But I don't know. I think keeping their Teferis out of play seems reasonable. At least Narset denied them the card draw. At least Narset denied them the card draw. You're just hitting each other with Nerf bats. Yeah, something like that.
Don't worry, I got this.
Woo!
Here we go.
right, so I had bottomed a Shatter earlier, but there is a second Shatter in the deck. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying our deck's devoid of rancid cards and play patterns either, but they are definitely still rancid. And again, I think here I just exile their Teferi so I can hopefully unlock all these cards in my hand. If they don't have a card to discard here to reanimate with this, the last chapter is going to do nothing for them. And like, this doesn't draw them an extra card inside of combat next turn because I have Narset in play. This is the way Hearthstone was intended to be played. Hey, what's going on, Nox? Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday. I just want you to know your tweet with just ha-has in it this morning made me laugh. made me smile. It was a good smile in a wave of blocking libertarians. Alright, so they want to kill Time Raveler, or do they want to kill Narset? They want to kill both, they can't. Oh, yeah. Conquer me, Elspeth. You can do it. You can do it, Elspeth. Conquer me. Is this one of the circles of hell, chat? Tell the truth now. Tell the truth. Is this a circle of hell? It's the inner circle. Alright, so I got 2 Shatters in my deck. One I had bottomed with the Narset, the other one still looking to find. Get 3 looks here. I think I just passed with my counterspells up. Like, I don't want to kill this just yet anyways, and like, if I play this, they attack and kill it. This is already denying them a card draw here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass. If they don't give me something worth vetoing or absorbing, I can activate my castle next turn to try and get deeper to a sweeper. And again, don't want to sweep the Dream Trawler anyways until the Conqueror's Death is gone. It's definitely the 9th because everything is just frozen. Fair. Yeah, if they don't give us anything to do, we can... Yeah, assume this is killing Narset, because Narset's preventing them from drawing. Hopefully they don't have a veto next turn, so I can play my Narset and veto their counterspell to continue to deny them card draw with their Trawler. Although I suppose if Narset soaks a veto out of their hand, that means they don't have a veto for a Shatter. I'm not sure how many Shatters you're supposed to leave in the mirror. It might be more than 2. I don't think all 4 is right, but I believe someone who played it a bunch and told me you want to leave 3 in. Okay. You leave in 3? Okay, I believe that. Let's do this. 1/1 to get out of hand as well. Okay, that makes sense. And they also tend to have, what's it called? I'm blanking on its name. The enchantment tutor. Yeah, Archon, that's the one. Thanks for the half a year, TX Pump Fist. So they've got Trawler in play. We don't. Our hand's really good though. They've only played 1 veto this game though. That could be a little bit of a challenge. A little McNugget. Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. I kind of want an untapped land. I think I'm actually going to keep both of these here. Obviously, should have just not scryed. Because this means I can Trawler and have double Veto up, which is ideal. And then next turn we can stick Narset, potentially. And, like, my opponent's getting to draw some extra cards here, but, like, our hand is so good, it's going to take them a little bit to catch up, even with drawing extra cards. Birth seems bad in the mirror. I don't think these decks play enough lands to cut all of the births in the mirror. So, for example, there are 2 births in my deck post-board, because I think you want to be about 27 lands. And there's 25 lands, so 25 with 2 births I think is correct. So, you're right, the second 2 chapters pretty useless. The first chapter, playing as a 2-mana land drop, is relevant, though. No! Bad opponent. I'm going to dispute this, because this way if their last card is Veto, they can't cast it, and I get 5 looks at my second Shatter. I also have enough mana that I can, find a Sea Ordain, cast Sea Ordain, find it. I don't have enough mana to Chemister's Insight into it, though, right? Which is unfortunate. I guess if I find land plus it, I can do it. This does let me gain some extra life here, though, so that's nice. And then Narset means, even though they have 2 Dream Trawlers in play, they're not drawing an extra card next turn. Yeah, the problem is that's not guaranteed to resolve, Brad. So I think I'd rather just do this to try and hit it again here. I think I actually hold on the Teferi for now, because they'd be able to attack and kill it. And, like, Teferi gives me a way to sweep through Veto next turn. And if I sweep this board, I'm far enough ahead with these counterspells and this Chemister's Insight that I think we should likely be a favorite to win. The first 2 games of this match pretty much just sucked, but this third one's been good. Been some good back and forth. A lot of good decision points. Yeah, I agree, Bob. Hello, wife.
Hi. You miss me?
Always.
Your chair is dumb.
My chair is dumb. It's missing. It's missing an arm. Hey, I'm sitting down when you came in here. I told you I sit on occasion.
Can I sit with you?
Alright, so end of turn here. We're looking for that Shatter still, so let's bend the dispute. If they have a dispute, they'll probably dispute this, but that's fine because they were going to dispute next turn and tie me up on mana. Yeah, I think this is a good dispute out of them.
You're not very comfy.
I'm not very comfy.
Can you scoot over?
Alright, so I think I just lead on this. I could scry 2 before I attack with this and draw. The problem is, if this last card in their hands of Veto, I get in trouble that way. So this plays around Veto. How are the monsters being on their snow day?
You owe me.
Yes! Swish, chat, swish. Alright, well, unfortunately, they're going to get to draw some cards next turn, so really need to draw Shatter.
Well, now I gotta go claim it before somebody else does.
That's not a terrible draw. Okay. And I have enough mana. If I scry, I don't have enough to cast Shatter. I also wouldn't have enough to cast Conqueror's Death. So let's do this. Still get to hold up Veto. They get to scry, and they get to draw 3 cards next turn. But then, like, I get to draw 3 cards on my next turn, and our life totals are just kind of trading. Part of the problem here, too, though, is they're gaining so much life that if I don't find a way to kill their trawler soon, I might not have enough cards left in my deck to actually win the game before we deck out. Which is a real concern. Clocks aren't going to be relevant here. They have 12 minutes. I have 20 minutes. 21 minutes. 20 minutes. It's really kind of hard to read this text on top of there, huh? It's not very viewer friendly. I just rolled the 19 minutes. I need that singleton Nexus. So they're gonna go up to 50 here.
Okay, I own it now.
You own Hugo Life now?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. I think I'm just bottoming that. I think I need to be able to hold up counter spells here. So, like, now we gain 12. There's 27 cards in my deck, soon to be 25. They have 30 at the moment. Let's let these auto-order. Alright, we'll gain 14 now, because we gain 2 more when this draws a card.
I was trying to be productive today, and I just couldn't do it.
It's okay. Woof. Maybe we'll get back to the Shatter that we bottomed at some point. Good lord. Alright, so I'm going to play the second castle out, but we're going to hold on to the island in the long term, I think, for protecting the trawlers, maybe. Yeah, and the issue is, like, not only are they gaining enough life that, like, I might risk decking, but, like, they're gaining resources as well here as they gain cards every turn, which means our advantage we had from cards in hand is slipping away from us.
That sucks.
No, we were really far ahead and just could not find a Shatter.
My honey really likes having cards in hand.
I have so many cards, but it's better when we have cards and they don't.
Well, you have more than them.
For now, they're about to draw 3.
Oh.
It's not a good scene. No! Bad opponent. Wob 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 wob. Wob 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 wob. Maybe I'm supposed to absorb that since they know about absorb and the absorb might elicit a veto out of them. Because if they have veto, finding our Shatter's not even going to be good enough here.
Sometimes I'm jealous of chat because they have the capability of turning your volume down.
You gotta find us a contractor so they can soundproof the other room. Then you won't be able to hear me.
I bet I'm right next to you.
How was Green Red Aggro? To set a low bar, it was the best scroll deck we've played this season.
I mean, it's fine. Pretty soon my eardrums will just be broken.
I want to veto their absorb as opposed to vetoing their Teferi because I want to gain life, but I don't want them to gain life.
Very loud.
I snore very loud.
Yeah.
You're so mean. Alright, and then we'll dispute the Teferi, obviously, because we can't dispute the veto. The question is, do they have a dispute for our dispute? They do not. So, I think we scry at my upkeep here. 24 cards to 27 cards.
What's that symbol mean?
Which one?
Well, that kind of looked like a clock. A refresh clock. Upkeep?
I think I'm keeping the Omen of the Sea.
Does it do something at upkeep?
Gives me more looks, right? I don't know what symbol you're talking about.
This one.
Oh, that. I don't know, actually. Oh, hexproof. Means I can
No.
gain hexproof.
That's not the same symbol.
Oh, this. I have no idea. Activated ability, maybe? It's probably not a very good icon if I don't know what it means.
I think it could mean something happens at upkeep.
It doesn't do anything in my upkeep.
Oh.
It has an activated ability, though. Yeah, very, very real concern here about even if I find my sweeper for these trawlers, can I win the game before I deck out? I do have 2 white castles in play, and they only have 1 field of runes, so maybe that could come into play. If I scry here first, I could play this and still... No, I can't shatter this turn. Alright, 3 more shots, chat. Whew. Finally. And before they only have 2 mana. They only have 2 mana. How do we win? That sounds like a problem for future Jeff. Present Jeff is just worried about not losing.
I think you should pick a different avatar.
I like this one. He's super cool.
He's not really. Ooh, I want some White Castle.
Yeah, the White Castles here could potentially let us win the game.
That's not the White Castle I wanted.
Okay, Dubs absorb here with 2 castles in play. You may not know it yet, chat, but this is what peak blue-white control performance looks like.
Let's visit a city that has a White Castle.
Feels Nephalia Drowned Yard, man. Ain't that the truth? I'm really surprised they haven't Field of Rude me. Like, I guess I really haven't activated my castles. But, like... Kind of surprised they didn't sack the Scry in response. Is Kenrith the Burger King asking the real questions? Do I counter this or do I just kill it in combat? I have 1 Conqueror's Death and 2 Trawlers in my thing. In my deck. I think I let this resolve. I think I'm saving these for Conqueror's Deaths and Trawlers at this point. Yeah, I think I just like give them 1 impulse and save my counterspell. I think they're out of Teferi's, right? There's 3 there and there's 1 in their bin. Yeah, they're out of Teferi's. Because Chemister's Insight lets you use it twice, Gab. Okay. We're still decking before them. We'd start pumping out tokens, though. I'm gonna crack an Omen here.
I think it's weird that there's humans in a game that is also like a bunch of mythical things.
I mean, you watch Game of Thrones, right?
I guess.
There actually, fun fact, there actually wasn't a human creature type in Magic for a long time.
I feel like
It got added fairly recently. They had to errata a bunch of cards.
but I kind of feel like the magic part of Game of Thrones ruined the show. Is that an unpopular opinion?
Humans are kind of freaky if you take a step back. I think my opponent's just forgotten about their Field of Ruin. By the way, I don't have a lot of strong feelings on this archetype, but I'm pretty confident that 3 white castles is ideal. I think that's the minimum. I think you could even make the argument that you want the full 4.
Yeah, I don't think D&D should have humans either.
Jeff isn't loud, he's clear and articulate. Thanks for the biddies, Top Toe. As a heads up, Top Toe, and anybody else cheering bits, if you use Hunter's bits for the next little bit, you get a free 20% bonus on there for the streamer. At no cost to yourself.
I think there's a limit across all of Twitch of 10 million bits.
Sure.
And they've used like 7.5 million.
Oh, all right, so I've got 1 Conqueror's Death left in my deck.
Do any of you have white castles in your cities? You're lucky. So good.
Just lucky. Thank you for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. These ones. Yeah, exactly that, Top Toe. Thank you. Because I'm Dream Trawling.
Oh man, nacho fries are yum. White Castle is palatable all the time, especially at 3 a.m.
We have combination White Castles Church's Chicken.
We grew up where White Castle was and then we moved away like dummies. No, it was smart. Literally everything else is better except the lack of White Castle.
Definitely don't miss Chicago.
Oh, and we were supposed to get a Five Guys here and now they're not coming.
Is that confirmed they're not coming?
I don't know, that's the rumor. But why shouldn't I believe what I read on the internet?
That's fair, Brad. I don't know. Hopefully I'm just going to find an answer to this and then it doesn't matter. Like, I have 1 more Conqueror's Death in my deck. I also have 1 more Shatter.
The frozen White Castle burgers are awful. Like, they should take their name off of them. They're so bad.
This is the second mirror. No, this is the first match, Bob. This is the first match of this set. It's just lasted 45 minutes.
Their Cajun fries are really good at Five Guys.
All right, so I'm going to take the Shatter here. What's the clock damage? They have 4.5 minutes. I have 15 minutes.
You're always so good at being up on clock, honey.
I'm very good at playing quickly. Okay, here's a trawler for them. How many vetoes have they played? Oh, they just played their land out? Oh, it was a White Castle, sure.
don't have a Publix. Isn't that a grocery store? Publix?
Hey, Daddy.
Yes, Jacob.
I can't buy Haley Tinkle.
You can't find Henry's tender?
Yeah.
Well, it's probably in the train bin. Go dump it out and look. Or look in the toy box.
So there's 14 cards in my deck, 18 cards in theirs.
Betrayed that kid, but not here.
Okay, I'll help you.
Looks like they have one more Conqueror's Death in their deck. They just cried 2 to the top here.
Wait.
This is my last Dream Trawler. Maybe I'm supposed to top... Maybe I'm supposed to have topped Absorb there rather than topping the Trawler just to have a counterspell on top of my deck. I could have tapped different there. It tapped me off of activating the blue castle.
Go look in the train room.
I thought he said I can't log into Tinder. No, not quite the swiping age, Hexa. Tender. Trains have tenders behind them, chat. This
Only
is...
some of them.
That's true. Top. This is my last Trawler. Wouldn't be too surprised to see it get swept, I guess.
I've never used Tinder.
Yeah, me neither. Scotty, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this at? Yep. If they have another Trawler here, we're probably dead. Yeah, I think I stacked the top of my deck wrong. I think I should have put the Absorb on top and then been able to play Trawler with Absorb up.
Wait, after all that, we're gonna lose?
Yeah, I think so.
They said we're too old for Tinder. We're old?
Alright, so I do have a Conqueror's Death left in my deck at this point. So I think we're going to upkeep Scry.
Honey, chat said I'm old.
So there's a Conqueror's Death in these 3 cards here. So I can Scry 2, sack this, play this. I don't know that gives me enough to get down to it though, right? So I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This takes 5. This takes 3 is 8. This takes 10. So I should have exactly enough, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, yeah. So I should be able to Conqueror's Death or Conqueror's Death this turn. Hey, Reprint to Balt. Thanks for 31 months. Welcome back. So I can go bottom. And then we can activate this. Bottom this. And then these 3 cards I don't know. One should be my fourth Conqueror's Death.
What's the percentage mean?
And I said, that's my current ranking. I mentioned earlier that time probably wasn't going to be an issue, but my opponent's actually down to 90 seconds on their clock now, and I'm not sure they can deck us from 12 cards in 90 seconds, so I kind of feel like we have a shot here.
We're gonna get decked? How come every time I watch we get decked?
There's a lot of... I think you keep coming in when we're playing blue-white control, so like... I think this is them thinking about can they win in 70 seconds, which thinking about it means no. I think we're on the clock them plan at this point. I'm not sure we can actually deal enough damage with our white castles, so we need to time them out.
Wait, they can have a timeout?
Yeah, see, this is their timer. They have 52 seconds, and then they lose the match.
I know, but they just did a timeout like where...
Oh, yeah, so in addition to having a total timer, you also save up these individual timeouts. They have 3 total timeouts saved up.
And how much are those?
I don't know exactly. So these are per game action, and these are total time, which is actually a good mix. So, like, you have a total limit for the total match, but you also can't take forever on a single game action.
Okay, but how come the clock is still running when the opponent's on a timeout?
Because this isn't separate from this. So this still counts down whenever it's their action, and this just prompts them to not take infinite time on a single action. Yeah, I think they just conceded, basically. They just walked away from their computer when we drew this.
They just want to make you wait?
Or they got Comcasted at a really convenient time. But this definitely feels like I just spent 40 minutes of my life playing this match and I'm walking away now. That's what that felt like. That's what that felt like. Well, you know. Hey, 14:25. Look at that. We played.
Is that good?
50 minute match. To qualify for the event next month, I need to be in the top 1200.
Wait. Oh, you're gonna start already?
Yeah. What do
I
you need?
wanted you to give a shout out.
Oh, we have shout outs? Oh, yeah. We had wonderful people. Are there usernames on here? Are there?
Well,
There's usernames on a couple of them.
it depends on what they typed in.
What they typed in. We from Ranting Bob and Dude Light, we got gift receipt things from, or gift notes for people that pick stuff up off the baby registry. So thank you for that. And Bob, you're absurd. We weren't expecting anybody to buy the crib. It was just on there because we were gonna get it eventually. And so I got one from Ranting Bob and Dude Light, and the third one doesn't have a name on it. Oh, it says from Chase. Thank you, Chase.
There could be a lot of chases, but he probably knows who he is.
Did we lose the last two with Grell? We did, Gilger. So we lost two and went from 911 down to 99%.
Thank you, Hooglandia.
And for those that aren't aware, Christy is sick. Are you 6 months pregnant now or 5? 6? I call it 6. 5.
23 weeks.
23 weeks. All right, there you go. She's due in June.
Because there's differing opinions of how many weeks make up a month.
Okay, fair.
That's why we go by weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we lost 2. I don't remember how many we won.
Why are we waiting so long?
It's a dead game.
Can we change our avatar? Can I pick?
Nope, match pop right we went. I clicked the cancel button and then the match pop. This person's ranked 75, chat.
Where are you ranked? Oh, 14 something? Why are we laughing?
Well, apparently the cancel button worked. Apparently if it cancels as you pair, you draw. Huh. Wait, did my rank go up?
It was 14 something a minute ago.
We got a draw and my rank went up? How does that work? Should I be trying to get draws? Do we just like sit here and get draws and rank up? Is that how we game the system? That's a heck of a feature.
Is this where I type in the down 500 emote?
Gosh, I wonder if they lost rank. God, I'd be pissed if I lost rank because of that. Who should we be, honey?
Are they all available to us?
Yeah, only this is the one I'm missing.
Oh, I just didn't know because they're grayed out. Keep going up. Wow, none of them are gray. I guess the one you have is the best one.
Sounds good, Worgy. Will do. Yeah, I told you this one's the best one. I like my Eternal Army.
Yeah, he's fine. Can you change his costume?
Nope. Karn's the best one, don't lie. Get out of here. Alright, should we try and cancel bug it again? I feel like I'm obligated to try and like get ranked from canceling.
No, you gotta wait till a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good idea. There's a lot of different sleeves. There's more choices in sleeves.
Are they animated?
A number of them are actually animated. But you want to see this? This is the interface for picking your sleeve. It's just a giant.
Oh, the room's cute.
Which one?
The cookie. It's evil. I want you to be the cookie. Whenever that person posts in chat, he just gets timed out?
I mean, their username
Just
is just time me out, Google.
Never allowed to actually chat.
Well, I mean,
Like,
their username would be just time me out, Google, if they wanted to chat. They know what they did. They know what they asked for. We're all about fulfilling hopes and dreams here on this channel. They can chat once every 10 minutes. Yeah, there you go. See, they get it.
Cute. She's like friendly, but then she's actually evil.
That Isn't quite the blue source I was looking for, but it's better than missing a land drop here, that's for sure. Oh, thank goodness. It's not another blue-white mirror. Whew. There is a god.
Did I mention the magical word timeout and now everybody wants one?
Yes, you did. You started talking about timeouts. Hit you. All right, I gotta do the mod timeouts for me.
Oh. Do they lose their sword if you time them out?
Of course. Mod timeouts are actually like 30-minute timeouts because when mods come back without a sword, everybody dogpiles them. And I don't always see it to undogpile them.
That's fun.
Okay, you have my attention. Probably some kind of div visit deck.
You should just turn off sub-only chat so the mods can have some fun.
I should turn off sub-only chat? That sounds like a disaster.
I mean, the mods want to have fun too, though.
Yikes. Alright, well... Why does baby not say you suspended a human with 9-10 counters on it? It's, they always... Usually they pop before 9 months.
It depends on how you count a
Months,
month.
that's true. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Am I shattering next turn? I feel like I'm shattering next turn, huh? Maybe they're not a div visit deck? It's like a 4-color brew? Ha! This is really funny. They're like shuffling these around. So that way they give it dodges the shatter. I think I still just clean the board out here. They're gonna get to scry 1 3 times, but that's fine.
What happens if you have over 100 timeouts?
It stops counting. It just says 99 plus.
Oh.
You can see, you can click on people and see how many timeouts they have.
Oh, can I do that too?
Yeah. You can also type /user. You can see like their message history here. You can write mod comments.
Do I have any timeouts?
Do you have any comments? I don't think so. Oh yeah, Kuhn says 99 plus. Yeah. Goodbye, friends.
Handsome bands. This place is cutthroat. I wonder if they're... I bet Twitch probably has somewhere in their back end like most timeouts on a channel. You think you'd win?
Nah, probably not. The real games probably have more. Only 3 for you. I can fix that. But have a 33% increase because I'm a giver. So they can escape Woe Strider here, but that's not too big of a deal because I've got Conqueror's Death. There's kind of like weird 4-color Thassa deck, it looks like. So like, I can ECD this Cavalier next turn. What are you at, Wargate? You're probably close. But sure, I can't see your current pick count because you have the number 2 up there. Usually I give out early swords at 500. Yeah, land seems fine here.
That was rude. These poor people.
Wait, what? They're a wilderness reclamation deck? What is going on? What are they reclamationing?
If you wish to surrender now, keep an open mind.
People are asking how many timeouts they have, but then you're not seeing it because they're getting timed out.
So much commotion.
Oh. Oh, it's here to enable Kenrith. That's kind of sweet. It's neat.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. With thoughtfulness before action.
Yeah, I need a shatter.
I mean, technically I can give timeouts, but I'm usually not fast enough.
A lot of people with a lot of experience in chat.
And I use my mobile, so it's harder. Hey, that was a good deal. That was no fee to Twitch. Or are you just looking at 300 bits for $3? No, we just let Jacob sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I mean, we read to our existing children and the unborn
They
child.
all exist.
The unborn. I mean, we read to our birthed children.
And the other one gets it by osmosis.
The other one gets it just by by being there.
Oh, I don't think I can give mods timeouts.
Get you later, Mikey. So, are they gonna bring back Charming Prince here?
I liked the other board better.
The other board is much better. The fact that you can't pick which board you play on is one of Magic Arena's many travesties.
It's just random.
Yep. It's very sad. They should leave Prince in the bin to dodge shatters? Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, we're probably dead then, huh? If I can't shatter the board. Alright, I guess I take this, and then if I draw a Teferi, I can play Teferi plus it and then shatter at instant speed after they use Kenny.
The gingerbread princess is cute, but I also feel like it's really out of place in this game.
It is.
It's nice not having an arm here.
It's
right?
nice not having an arm. Yep. Alright, so we're dead.
I could go for some cake.
I mean, this is America. Can't you always go for some cake?
We don't have any cake.
Are the roads still covered in snow?
I'm not taking the children out.
Get it DoorDashed.
I don't believe in DoorDash.
You don't believe in DoorDash. Well, that's between you and your God, okay? Veto versus Dispute. I feel like Veto's
Veto.
probably better.
That'd be my vote too.
If I'm only planning to veto Reclamation, I think I'd rather just have Intervention, huh? Because I could just kill Reclamation after the fact. Let's do that. This is to bump Junclothis and get closer to an early sword. As a heads up, someone who's been playing the list, the mana base submitted needs reworking. And the sideboard could use Casualties and Liliana. What is Casualties good against this format? Liliana's fine for killing Trawler. Seems fine. For the people that missed why I conceded, I went to cast Shatter the Sky, and they can return Charming Prince to play in response, which will let them blink Kenrith till end of turn to save him from my sweeper. And then they'll get to just, like, repeat the cycle, because they'll always have mana up with Reclamation. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if their deck's competitive against, like, mono red and stuff, but it seems like it has a lot of good tools for beating up blue-white control. And this is, like I've often said, this deck that we're playing right now is definitely one of the better decks in the format, but, like, just because you're playing a good deck and playing it well doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to do well on the ladder. Magic's got a lot of variance in it, and the ladder has even more variance on top of that, because climbing up actually requires you to streak, not so much as just playing well.
If I put Declan Dinos in the queue, would you let Declan play with you?
Maybe, but not today. This is the last deck before Epic.
Will only lead you astray.
Oh. Hi, blanket monster. Come here.
Blanket monster.
Daddy, chair broke.
All right.
The chat can't see the blanket monster.
Jack can't see the blanket monster. He's pretty adorable. I think we just pass here. There's like waiting on some lands here so we can like shatter into Trawler. Played a land for the turn already. Maybe I was just supposed to Omen at sorcery speed in case I drew a tapped land. If I drew a temple there. Like if I draw a temple, I can't
Why? Close the door.
let's do this and end a turn. They have another. They're charming princes, blinking charming princes, like jumping around is real annoying. I think I want both of these. Birth is like a slow land here. Oh, I thought you were leaving. So if this prince comes back, they get to scry 2. I think I like Chemister's Insight better at this point. I don't know that I need more counterspells past the Absorbs, and I've liked the consistency that Chemister's Insight has provided. It allows you to hit your land drops, which is just like everything this archetype wants to do. Alright, I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab my planes. I'm going to play my planes. I'm going to Shatter the Sky again. Just want to, like, get these shatters played out before I drop the Dream Trawler.
Did you turn the animations back on? It seems more animated than usual.
Nope. Same as always. This application doesn't have settings for the animations.
Only the pets. I don't even, like, where would you get DoorDash cake from?
Portillo's.
I don't really like their cake unless it's in a shake.
You don't like the Portillo's chocolate cake?
Not unless it's in a shake.
This might be a tension in our
And their
relationship.
lemon one was better. But my favorite restaurant cake doesn't exist anymore, and I'm still a little bit irked about it.
What is your favorite restaurant cake?
The Tennessee whiskey cake at Fridays. Yum.
Alright, so I think I need to prioritize conquering, deathing the Reclamation. Because Teferi doesn't really do much against Reclamation in their deck since they're largely using it to trigger Kenrith. Because if they hit a land and they play Kenrith, they can return a creature. Dear chat, I have 6k bits I want to toss to get to 50k bits. If you have any sweet lists you want built around or donated for, shoot me a list and I will toss bits if it's sweet enough. That's the Wargy Corgi. Thanks, Wargy. I appreciate all your support over the last year or so. I think I'm clicking submit. Deploy the Gatewatch is not competitive in Pioneer. Hey, well, thanks for keeping me around anyways, Warfus. I'm glad the YouTube's been keeping you up. Let's get you a sword for when you're in here. I appreciate the entire year support.
How many mods does this channel have?
How many mods does this channel? You know, I don't think I have an export feature for that. Oh, you know what? I could totally export and look at how many 12+ month subs I have. That's a metric I can get pretty easy.
But I bet there's some that don't have their sword because they never
That's true.
chatted.
In fact, when whenever we do like an off-cycle stream, like a Saturday or an evening stream, there's always new people that pop in. That's just like, I haven't seen their name in Twitch chat, but they're on the YouTubes.
I do like video games.
Christy has her own Twitch channel. She's a Twitch affiliate. I haven't streamed in a long time, though.
No, I got sick.
You did. You were almost dying. You were dying for a little bit.
I rebounded pretty well.
You have rebounded spectacularly. Does Christy play Raid? She does not. She does not like my mobile game. Although I paid her some money now, so she just likes it less.
Okay, but like... it's a 24/7 game.
I don't play it 24/7. I don't play it while I stream. We stream together on her channel on occasion, or we did once upon a time.
We've done cooking. We made veggie burgers and egg rolls.
Most brews aren't competitive in Pioneer right now. The format's a pretty giant stain.
Well, we did that really cute Yoshi's Crafted World stream with Declan the first time we played.
Raid is definitely a game you can wail hard on.
Ooh, I could do a bake a cake stream. I'm gonna be doing a cake competition.
You'd like to know if there are jobs available at this company she works for. I mean, she works for like, are they Fortune 500 or Fortune 50?
50, I think.
50? She works for a big company. They're always hiring in lots of places. I think I want to play blue here to bluff. Now the question is, do I want to bluff something, or do I want to play Teferi? I think I want to play Teferi.
I don't think I played... Did I play 5 when I was playing with that other group?
Yeah, I think you guys were playing 5th edition. You have the book on the shelf, right? Do I want to bounce Birth? Like, do I need a Plains? Like, do I need a 7th land? I could just plus this and then wait to bounce the Omen. Oh, yeah, I'd have to discard then, too. Yeah, let's just plus for now.
I've got time.
It could be right to just bounce Charming Prince, too. It doesn't seem unreasonable. Not bouncing anything means that I get to bounce a Kenrith if they play it, or a Reclamation.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of the frosting on German chocolate.
Yes, we're having a girl, and we have no idea what names we want. We had a couple of boy names left over from when Declan was cooking, but
Declan and Jacob had ideas for names.
Declan and Jacob's ideas for names were pretty comparable to Twitch chat's ideas for names.
Declan chose strawberry and Jacob chose flower.
No, those are better than Twitch chat's names. You're not wrong. Twitch chat would have to donate 7 figures. $1 million you can name the child.
I mean, strawberry flower Hoagland. That's not so bad, right?
And I've worked with Twitch chat before, so it has to be $1 million in bits, so there's no chargeback.
Yeah, they do sound like anti-vax names.
Don't need another Chemister's Insight. Will do, Kaiser. I think we just shatter on their turn, huh?
I've done the hero thing before.
Congrats, I completed the collection. Yep, got the whole range of toys.
Speaking of vaccinations, can I tell Chad about my childhood pediatrician?
Sure.
They recently released reports that a pediatrician I saw as a child that my mom never took me to for like checkups or vaccinations. Thank goodness. Anyway, it was like the one we saw if I had a cold or the flu or something. But they released all these reports that he was billing for vaccinations but not actually giving them to children. So there's all these millennials walking around who like were never actually vaccinated for things but thought they were. So there's recommending anyone who saw this doctor go get boosters. But yeah, pretty awful.
So I let Teferi take a hit for 4 there, so that way I could shatter it into turn just in case they had another creature. We ended up not getting paid off, but I think it was the correct play.
He forged the medical records, yeah. He didn't give them anything.
So Teferi's definitely just bouncing their Frilled Mystic here. He said before he drew Conqueror's Death, let's bounce this. We'll play Narset. We'll go digging. We'll play a land. Well, that's a good question. Was he forging them for greed or anti-vax?
I have to believe greed since he was billing insurance companies for it. Which, if you're just doing it because you're anti-vax, I don't know, maybe you'd try to convince people you were anti-vax, not say you were actually giving them. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Could have been both.
8. Yeah, I think that's what the line someone just in chat. So we just like let this resolve, and then next turn I can Conqueror's Death this. Well, I guess Conqueror's Death doesn't really do any much. So I don't have anything in my bin just yet. Looking for a Dream Trawler actually.
But it wasn't even like a small town doctor or something who only had 100 patients. Like, this was the south suburbs of Chicago, so I'm sure thousands of kids went there over the years.
Oh, I can play Narset to kill Narset to bring it back. Yeah, it's a good call. I can do the same thing with Teferi as well. That's probably what we'll do. So, this game's solidly in garbage time at this point. We just gotta, like, find a Dream Trawler at some point to wrap things up.
Wait, is garbage time good or bad?
Garbage time means we've won the game, but the game's not gonna actually end for a little bit. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
He's actually not in jail. The article suggested a recent suicide. Likely related.
You need a mic for your wife. She's hard to hear.
It's because they have the volume too low because you're too loud.
Well, I mean, you could just speak at a volume that's loud. It's okay. Listen,
I wouldn't have a voice left.
Well, you gotta learn to project from the diaphragm. You did theater, didn't you? You did all tech stuff, right?
I was a stage manager.
You're a stage manager. I am an artiste, okay?
Sure.
A performer.
I have Twitch record of your artistic abilities. We did that painting one, remember?
An open mind.
Did you ever show chat our date night painting?
I posted it in Discord at one point. I don't remember if I pulled it up on stream. It's probably too far back in the general. Oh, that's the wrong server. Yeah, I'm not
Didn't
doing
you know there's a search feature?
Huh. Pretty sure I just want to save my Conqueror's Death here.
They said you did show it on stream.
I did show it on stream. Alright, so...
They can't even hear the lovely game sounds because you are too loud.
Well, I could turn the game sounds up.
I have practiced against many foes like you. Put thoughtfulness before action.
Are there any, like, 400 or 500 card decks you can make him play?
Bye, friend. Okay, well.
Oh, we went up another 100 spots.
So, for reference, just for people that aren't familiar with the arena ladder, we were rank 900. We lost 2 matches and fell down to 99%. And now we've won 2 matches and we're only back up to 1200. Just to highlight the volatility of the ladder.
So only the top 1% of people get an actual ranking?
Yes, get a number. The top 1,500 players get a number ranking.
But
oh yeah, the draw 2 technically moved us up, right?
I don't feel like that's not going to always equate to 1% of players on the
Correct.
ladder.
It's not. So we'll play one more blue-white control here. Naturally, we're playing blue-white control, so 2 matches took us an hour and 20 minutes. So we're going to do one more match with this, and then we're going to wrap up today with a little bit of epic card game.
Is it epic?
It is epic. It's available, if you haven't checked that out before, it's available on Steam, Android, and iOS.
And paper.
And paper. That's true, too. We have paper cards sitting on the shelf behind me. We don't know how many people play on the ladder. That's Data, and Data is evil. Temple of Triumph. Statistically, that means just Skyfires, I'd imagine. In for another counterspell here. Hey, thanks for the contribution, Bob. Blue White's great. Very powerful. Coming back to Magic after many years and came across your site, been loving the 4-color Enigma deck. I'd like to try some more, but I need more wild cards. My website is oft referred to as the Slayer of Wild Cards.
Why?
Because there's a lot of off-meta decks that you have to dump wild cards into. And generally not a lot of overlap. There's a lot of cards in Magic sets.
Okay, should we do family stream of a video game, a tabletop game, cooking, or arts and crafts?
You can post a poll of that in the subs Discord if you'd like. I think we're just going bottoms up here. I need to hit land drops. Start with beard dyeing. So I'm going to get the beard professionally dyed. And having Christy come along to record/stream the professional dyeing would cost extra $15 an hour for a babysitter, so we're gonna pass on that one.
Okay, it's been fun.
Love you. Alright, so I'm gonna plus this, I'm gonna shock in this land, and then pass the turn. And then I assume they're gonna kill Teferi, but then we can shatter EOT and then have absorb up on an empty board, which is good. That's about time to stand up anyways. Let's do that. You could bank them for later too, Wargy. If you're not quite sure. Alright, so let's birth. Grab that land. How tall am I? I'm right about 6 foot. Christy's gone. We don't have to pretend we're decent people anymore. God bless. He's 7 foot and 50 years old. Accurate. That was a loud thud above me, chat. One of the other things that normally doesn't come up when I stream, but is relevant today because the chillins have a snow day from school is their playroom is directly above my head, which won't be the case once I get my other space finished. You got 31 inches yesterday? Holy crap. Where are you? Is that a typo? That's supposed to say 3 to 6? No, I'm still gonna be in the basement, Bob.
I'm known for my excellent.
That's accurate. Yikes. I think I'm in for Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea. Do 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 do. I need to see deck list, Wargy.
I'll protect you.
Y'all are living in these places that aren't inhabitable. Okay, so I'm gonna let this resolve. Just use the form, Wargy. Feel free to just submit one and list them all in the comment section if you don't want to submit multiple. I'm gonna shatter this in response to its trigger, because I don't want them to ditch lands into their bin, because if they do, this could kill my Teferi. So this lets them draw an extra card before they do this, so it gives them a little bit more things to have selection with, but I think this is right. Rapidly approaching garbage time here. I feel like the Fire's matchup is pretty good for this archetype. It's one of the reasons why Paulo did so well at Worlds, I think.
That's more like it.
In addition to Paulo being an incredible Magic player, I think this lines up well against Just Sky on average. Man, if you ever need a reminder, not that, oh wait, I have a Narset in play, right? Yeah, that resolves. Deal. Put 2 cards back. I'm gonna Conquer's Death this Cavalier here in a second. GG! As if, not that I needed a reminder, that the average internet mouth breather commenting on YouTube is pretty hateful, but the fact that people think casually comparing things to Nazis is just like one of the worst things about internet culture. They're just like, this is the norm and it shouldn't be a big deal. It's like, no, it's really not the norm, and I trust you. Trust me, if comparing things to Nazis is something that's the norm, your group of people that do that are awful people. Just ugh. There's a semi-popular content creator who usually I don't talk about who uses the name Magic AIDS, who threw basically a temper tantrum when Wizards told him that they weren't allowed to have the username Magic AIDS on Magic Online anymore, and they created a YouTube video with a bunch of Nazi imagery in it comparing Wizards of the Coast to Nazi Germany for making him change his childish his Magic Online name. Yeah, so I had someone tell me that wasn't a big deal, and that's just the norm. A Magic content creator that uses the name Magic AIDS on YouTube. So I frequently remove comments surrounding their kind of stuff because I don't like to support people like that, because in my opinion it's not okay to casually compare people to Nazis. It removes the impact when you have people who are literally pushing things that are Nazi ideals, like exterminating races or denying people basic human rights based on what they look like or where they're from. I don't really do Pioneer build-arounds at the moment, just because, like, the format's not super brew friendly. Anywho, in this match of Magic, I think I want Heliod's Intervention. I'm not sure if I want Shatter the Sky or not. I feel like I might want a couple of these. I'm gonna leave. I probably need to leave some Shatters in because they're a Dream Trawler deck. I've not, Fuzzy Thantos. I'm currently watching through, Lucifer on Netflix is the show I'm watching casually at the moment. My sister said people who don't make enough to afford healthcare is survival of the fittest, and I'm really just sad about it. Well, that really encompasses the Republican mindset. People who are born to wealth think that having money is a sign of merit, and if having money is a sign of merit, then not having money or living in poverty means that you messed up or failed at some point, and you're being punished because you deserve to be punished. That's why you're poor. It's a form of putting yourself up on a pedestal, right? Like, you have money because you deserve it, because you worked extra hard, and other people who don't have it because they're lazy or stupid or don't deserve it. It's nonsense. So, what's the quote? Geography is destiny. That idea definitely very much applies to where you live and what you have. Robber of the Rich. Yeah, this card, we were talking about different things. This card slipped my mind. Isn't it like a medieval way of thinking? It really is. We're just gonna die to these two cards, aren't we? They've got Teferi's and our counter spells. Yeah. That's such a good plan in this matchup. This was something that a number of the Jeskai players at Worlds did, which is really good here. I cut one of my Banishing Lights from the sideboard. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe cutting one of my Banishing Lights from the board was a mistake here. Nassif definitely had them. I don't know if other people did as well. I don't remember all the deck lists offhand. Just gonna trim around the edges here. really need a 5th land at this point. Got a good number of lands in our deck. Teferi's going to draw us an extra card, so... Farming lots of ad bits, huh, Wifey? Lead on this, and plus if I get fried, I might feel bad. Submitted the form here. Some preemptive bits to get me to 50k in the sweet mod sword. Keep up all the great content. Thanks for keeping me around, Wargay. Defend the realm well.
Time for plan B. Here we go.
So I get to shatter inside of combat here. And then next turn I can Teferi bounce whatever they play. The worrisome part is if they go... the worrisome part was if they go land, fire, Sphinx and play 2 things, but if they only have 1 thing, it's not a big deal. Okay, now I can do this.
I am not making this up as I go.
Play the land. I can absorb plus Omen of the Sea this turn. I mean, to be fair, Robber of the Rich would be more of a Democrat card, I think. The GOP kind of robs the poor and gives to the rich, right? They're like the inverse. I think I keep Shatter here just for like their next threat.
Might be a bad idea.
Perfect. Okay, I think I just let this happen, and then my plan's gonna be Conquer's Death, exile this, Teferi, pick up Omen of the Sea, and then hold up Veto / replay Omen, and then Conquer's Death is gonna be able to pick Teferi back up in a hot second, is my plan, because I don't have anything else in here, right? Yeah. Is this what power feels like? Yeah, exactly. It's limitless. Yep. How are we supposed to let the liberals brainwash her if she doesn't go to college? It's funny because it's sad. So I think we Omen in response to the robber trigger here. Kind of try and control what they're getting. Hopefully there's a land on top of our deck. Perfect. They would have gotten our trawler. So we get to draw our trawler. They get a land. Call me Bloomberg, because I just used my cash to buy Democratic power. By the way, speaking of Democratic power, does SC vote on Friday or Saturday this weekend? Does anybody know? I don't remember offhand. That's not my state, so I haven't been paying attention to the exact date. Is it Saturday? It's Saturday again? God bless. Saturday's a good day for voting. We should have Super Saturday, not Super Tuesday. When does my state vote? Illinois votes in the second Super Tuesday on March 17th. But most of the delegates will be spoken for by then. No, you unlock emotes, Wargy, when you cheer different levels of bits. Speaking of, I don't think I have a 250k bit emote, which you now have. So if you have any ideas for a 250k bit emote, let me know. Is it crazy to ask when we don't all vote on the same day? It's not. I believe some of the reason why we don't all vote on the same day is because some of the states have it like baked into their legislation that they get to vote early. What's up, owl boy?
Daddy.
Yes,
Do you
Tucker.
want any cinnamon rolls?
Do I want cinnamon rolls?
Cause we're making them.
You're making cinnamon rolls.
Cause Mommy wants some. Will you want any?
I would totally eat a cinnamon roll if you brought me one.
Well, they're not ready yet cause we're making a big pack.
Oh, 25k is what I meant. I said 250k, I meant 25k. What if we didn't do that? Leave Teferi alone! He didn't do anything to you! Leave Teferi alone! My friend. Hey, 1032. So we were at 900 something. We lost 2 matches. We dropped down to 99%. We then won 3 matches in a row and didn't get back to where we started. Feels Magic Arena ladder, man. We unfortunately did not get to play against any teamer adventures. So I feel like I definitely want to leave these in the board because I feel like if I can kill Clover consistently against teamer adventures, we probably are okay in that matchup. This also kills their what's it called? Their Great Henge. Overall, I think blue-white control is really good. I've liked this build a lot. I think a lot of the little details here are pretty right. Also, looking at the deck list, it pretty much has what I refer to as an adult number of 4 ofs. I think you want 4 Conqueror's Death. I think you probably want 4 Dream Trawler. You definitely want at least 3 White Casts. It's a very good win condition, especially in the mirror. You're looking for a control list. I think this variation is very reasonable. All right, at any rate, that's going to wrap